So Lloyd, I know that at Suffolk County Council you're working with some other young people to set up a self-organised group to look at furthering your aims and other things. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yes, the coordinator for the apprenticeship scheme at Suffolk County Council has organised some of the apprentices and some of the graduates to come together and organise a young person's staff network, which basically will act as a group for all young people as part of Suffolk County Council or new starters to be able to come and to be able to discuss their problems or discuss ways which you could improve on certain areas such as the apprenticeship scheme, etc. This is something that I'm sure will come in with the to interlink with the student union. Trade union, and I think that both of them working together would be a great thing to improve the apprenticeship scheme.
Is it formal? Has it got a sort of written constitution?
We're now actually as we're only just setting it up. We just come up with a name, and we're getting a chair and a vice chair to be able to chair the meetings, so it can be quite reasonably formal. But again, we all have each other's emails. We're also setting up a page on a networking site where we can all be friends on there and post up events or discuss any problems or any discussions that we want to make about council or about the work that we're doing. So it'd be a way for us all to kind of keep in contact with each other and to be able to think of new ways to improve the scheme.
Will it be lobbying as well, do you think? Or if something's not, if people are not happy with something, is it something you're going to want to get together to change?
It would be. We'd want to get together, discuss it, and then we can go to the people higher up to be able to discuss this with them, to be able to hopefully get that problem changed or sorted.
In PCS we have a young members network around the same thing, so it's all civil servants, young civil servants. What do you think attracts young people into building these networks?
I think it's feeling part of the organisation and having someone there to talk to if you do have any problems, or even if it's just discussing a part of the apprenticeship with them that you might not understand entirely and you want to get somebody else's view on it. There might be something that when you first come into the apprenticeship that you're not quite sure on, but you don't really want to go to either your assessor or your line manager about it, so you can talk to someone that's maybe been through it already, or even somebody that might know where to go if you're not sure about it at all. So
because it might be worth talking to the trade union, saying, look, this is what we're doing, can you help in any way? And if you don't like what they're saying, then you can say, well, because we talked earlier about union learning reps, and one of the advantages of union learning reps is that they are recognised in law, so they have certain statutory rights. So if, for example, you set up an ad hoc group and you go with an issue and the person who's speaking gets picked on, which is unlikely in your employ, but it could happen, then those people would have no protection. Everybody else could just walk away. Whereas I suppose if it's part of a more formalised structure, like the union learning rep, then they would have the support of the union. They would have formal procedures they could go through, and they'd have legal rights at the end of the day. So the employer couldn't come along and say, well, you're just a troublemaker, you're fired.
Most definitely, yeah.
So are these the sort of things, is anything happening similar to in Norfolk?
Within Norfolk County Council we have a work placement officer who deals with the apprenticeships, and she has encouraged us to meet together as apprentices, and we've met on a couple of events, and she's encouraged us to talk to each other and to maybe meet outside of kind of the work environment and to work shadow each other. That was one of the things that was suggested, which we've done, and which was useful to see the different roles that even as apprentices within the same organisation, the different roles that would be covered because of the different departments that we're in. That was a really interesting learning experience. But we don't have a network as such. We have more of kind of an informal network that isn't quite as established as the one that Lloyd was talking about, that Suffolk County Council is currently arranging and putting together.
Because it's all about sharing information, isn't it? It's been interesting to hear you both sharing information about your employers and the PCS as well. You don't fancy becoming a union rep then?
Okay. Brilliant, mate.